Hey, what's up? This is Joshua, daily video blog. It is really nice out. It's like 68, 70, a little bit breezy, not too bright, not your normal terrible Midwestern mugginess. And I'm actually going to record a few videos today. Let's get into the first one. So a lot of my spiel when it comes to either teaching or making stuff or something like the start video, which is the first chunk of these daily video blogs I started doing back in December, is based on the idea of not worrying about the quality of your tools or whether what you're doing is good. Simply working and giving a shit being the main motivation or philosophy. So like work, care. And if you do those two things, everything else will kind of come together and work out, and that you will get better. And furthermore, that by only being focused on these couple of things that you can do, like commit to working, be engaged in the process and be engaged in the moment, and then care, which is what the being engaged in part is, that by doing that you will get better, and furthermore that you might find your own voice. Which sounds all very romantic and poetic, but it's true. Much easier, well, I guess I'm in a line of a lawnmower, much easier to find your own voice by following your own path than by trying to be as good as other people or better than other people or do what other people do. Now, all of this works out because I have a sort of long-term view of creativity and because I embrace laziness as a creative methodology. I am extremely lazy. I do not want to have to learn how to be good, so I just work and I try as hard as I can in the time that I'm working. Now, one of the things that's interesting to me is so I started this video series, I think it was December 15th. And the day I made the first video, I went out mostly with the motivation to take some pictures, and then ended up making this video in addition to taking the pictures. So if you follow me on Instagram, plug MVA Joshua, you've probably seen that I've been way more active over the last 6-7 months than I had been over the year before that. Now I go and take a lot of pictures on a daily basis. And one of the things that I've noticed is that I am finally hitting the limitations of my tools. So videos are still probably fine, though I get more and more tempted to edit them, which I wasn't before. I get more and more tempted to do a double take, like do it over rather than just use the first take and run with it. I occasionally find myself thinking that video is not good enough, though I'm still at the point where I force it through and use it regardless. I feel like I found a really beautiful spot right here with birds singing. So let's record on this this bridge on the Mississippi. So where was I? So running into the limitations of a tool. So if I'm taking all these pictures, one of the things I'm finding is that I'm taking more pictures than ever and using less of them. So just inherently from the process of working and caring and trying to do the best thing I can do in each moment, my standards are going up. I'm trying harder to make a good picture. I'm trying harder to make a novel picture. I'm doing more editing and processing in terms of testing crops or looking at color or how much noise to add to an image or like how contrasty it should be. So everything is getting a little bit more detailed, and I'm starting to get to that point where I ask myself questions like, should I start using a different app to control the camera on my iPhone? Because right now I just use the default camera mode. Should I get an app for editing or processing the pictures? I'm basically running into the limitations of the tools, which is a great thing, and it's one of the reasons that I encourage students, or like through these videos or whatever, that I encourage people to what am I looking for? To use whatever tools are right around, or to use the easiest to get tools. So for example, if you want to start painting, don't schedule a trip to the art supply store unless you're super motivated. You already know what you're going to get because you used to paint, and you're not going to make an excuse about it. What I would say instead is next time you're grocery shopping, go down the arts and crafts aisle at Target, pick up a $6.99 pack of like variety pack of brushes and a couple things of crappy kids paint, like a Crayola kit of paint, and work with that. See if you actually are into painting. And furthermore, work with it until you run into that dead end where the thing is boring and it sucks, and that you obviously need new tools, you need better paint, you need better brushes, you need better palettes or better paper. But rather than do what we typically do, which is make an excuse by saying that, well, I just need to go to the art supply store and I need to get good paper, but it's like there's paper all around you, you know, use paper bags in the house. Again, at Target, whatever, buy poster board, buy the shittiest tools possible. And then if you can work with that, if you can work through those conditions, in spite of those conditions, and still enjoy it and still find joy in the process, that's a good sign that this is the thing that you're actually meant to do. So then you step it up a notch. Then you start wondering about, if you're making videos, should I be using a microphone? Is there a better application for capturing the video than just hitting that red button right there? Do I actually start asking other people what they think? Which I tend to avoid, but you could totally do that. But the big thing being that if you start from where you're at, you start with the tools that are available to you. You know, somebody just ran past me. They're going for a jog, and aside from their jogging shoes, they're just in cargo shorts and a t-shirt. They're not jogged up in whatever running tights or running shorts. They just have a pair of sneakers on. How many people keep themselves from running because of some dumb thing, like their shoes aren't good enough or they need to get like proper gear or whatever? He's like, no, you just got to put a pair of sneakers on and run around 1 block, and then build that up to 2 blocks and 3 blocks and turn it into an addiction, and then run into the wall. Then start to wonder, man, my knees are really hurting. I wonder what I should be doing here. Like, my shoe feels lopsided. I wonder if I need a better shoe or a new pair of shoes. You know, but use the tools you have and run into the wall with them. Wait until they're crappy. There's a good corollary with the company Basecamp, where they talk about hire when it hurts. So when it's time to hire someone, wait until you've maxed out what you can do with your own skills and with your current people's skills, and instead hire once you know what it takes to do that job, and once it's painful, and once the hire provides real relief. It's kind of the same thing here. Work with what you have, run into the wall with it, do everything you can with it, and work with it until you're frustrated, and then it's like, holy crap, I need to go buy some proper brushes. All right, thanks a lot for watching. Leave comments as always. If you don't follow me on Twitter, I talk about the same kind of stuff here, MVA Joshua. Same with Snapchat. Different, but the same, right? And if you follow me on Instagram, you will see the results of these endless walks I take for making photos, or playing with kids' paint to make art and whatnot. Also, MVA Joshua. All right, thanks for watching.